What was at the beginning, man? Like, how did you go about making your website? Did you do it? Did you hire
I
somebody?
did it from scratch, just watching YouTube videos. That's one thing I wish I would have invested money into sooner. As soon as I started making, several $1,000s a month, I wish I would have just kept putting money aside and maybe 6 months in, just paid JRA or someone like that to build me a website because I have hundreds of hours into that website and there's only like 60 pages just because all the internal linking, trying to get backlinks, optimizing images, just making custom stuff for the website. And it's like, wow, if I would have had this website set up 3 years ago, how it is today, it would probably just track and get so much more traffic on Google because, the more pages you add, the better, but it takes a while for those pages to rank. So it's just, if you can start off with a solid like 20 plus page website, 30 plus page website from the beginning that's built the right way, not just looks good, actually goes in geometrics and ranks as an A plus website and has a service page for all your high ticket services and they're actually showing up on top 10 in Google. That's that's ideal. I mean, because that's it's not free if you paid a big chunk in the beginning, 2, 3, 4 grand for the website, but over time that's going to pay itself off 100 folds because I get, probably majority of my work from my GMB and my organic presence. And that's the only way the ads are worth it. Because if I was running this business solely off ads for how bad they are nowadays, my margins would be like 10%. But the organic work makes up for the shitty margins on the paid advertisement. So you just kind of, it's a big old balance thing. Got to do it all.
So how did you handle the SEO? Do you do everything
That
yourself?
William Jones that
Rank
Andrew just had.
Fortress. Rank
Yeah,
Fortress.
Rank Fortress does a lot of my SEO now. I used to do it all in the beginning. I used to try to do the backlinks. I used to try to just do literally everything, posting on YouTube and all the little stuff you could do for it, posting in the GMB, replying to reviews. But it's just in the beginning, you just have to do it because you don't have the budget to spend on things like that. But Rank Fortress is kind enough to have their prices the way they are because most SEO companies are 1,000 plus a month. And when I signed up with Rank Force, it was like $300 a month, and they have a super good background in the industry. So that's more recent though. In the beginning, I was using Lucky Digital. Not the beginning, probably like 2 years ago. I was using Lucky Digital because that's who Andrew used to use for Jedi junk removal. They weren't as good. They were a little like too foreign to where the stuff they were doing for me just didn't even sound that good. Um, they just didn't do as much. They didn't post on my GMB and stuff like that, like this new company does. But those are the people I go through. But the whole first 2 years, I was doing it all myself, and that's definitely a mistake. I mean, it's if you have the extra money to pay on SEO, I would definitely do it. But I want to go with like an American company because they're going to be like $2,000 a month, and that's not worth it because then you're going to be $10,000 into SEO before you even see a little bit of a return, and it's going to take a while to pay that initial hit off. Unlike Google Ads, like Google Ads will start paying right from the beginning, but the return on them shit. SEO is like once you pay off the SEO, it's almost like free leads. So
Let me ask you, if you don't mind me asking, what is your budget that you put towards, SEO monthly?
SEO, I'm spending right between $300 to $400 a month on SEO, which is not a lot at
That's
all.
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and then Google Ads is right around 4 grand, and then Perfect Click. He works with me a little bit. He gives me some credits, but I probably only spend 1,000 or so with him. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff I spend money on. And then randomly, I'll spend the $500 on yard signs and door hangers. I think door hangers are bullshit unless you have a company or an employee that you really trust, and I'll go out there and hang 1,000
Yeah.
door hangers in a month. But that's just one thing I've recently wanted to figure out is there a company out there that does that around
Well,
me?
bro, I gotta tell you this, man.
Yeah, because
This
you're
is
gonna pay
a
someone, they're
story
gonna throw them
here,
in the
bro.
gutter.
You're gonna laugh at this one. So, the other day I get a phone call and from the sheriff, and he's like, "Are you the owner of the company?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'm the owner." And he goes, "I just want to let you know, man, I'm getting all these phone calls about yard signs everywhere. We have an
Mhm.
ordinance fence. You can't do that and all. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to get a fine
Yeah.
and all that. So, after I get off the phone with him, I'm like, that was the worst way to start off with a sheriff. So, I sent him a text
Yeah.
minutes later. Hey, bro, just letting you know, I give discounts for, firemen and police. We started off on the wrong foot. If you need any junk removal. So the guy thought this was hilarious, the sheriff and everything. He was like,
Mhm.
I respect the hustle. Well, now that 2 days
Mhm.
go by, I go over to the dump, man, and everybody knows me at the dump. I come in there, I bought a bunch of pizzas the week before.
Yeah.
Everybody yelling, forget about it when I roll in. So I come in there, and the lady behind the desk, she's from New York originally, and she's like, have you been going around town with your signs? And I'm like, yeah, I hired some kids and everything. She goes, it's going around all the forums. It's on next door that you put them everywhere. Everybody's talking about these signs everywhere. You guys went too crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, are they like looking for me? It's like, is there like an active warrant looking for forget about it? I was like, if
Damn.
you haven't seen me, forget about it. I haven't seen them in days.
Damn. How many signs did you put out? Or how many did
I
you
put
buy?
100. I put 100 in there, but I gave it to a couple of the kids in the
Yeah.
area and all. And I think they went a little wild. And as I'm going down the block, bro, I mean, they're everywhere. They were putting them in the phone poles up high. They were putting them on the mountain side. Like, bro, it was kind of
Yeah.
crazy. So I
Mhm.
calmed down. I stopped with those. But you guys got to just be careful with them. You got to make sure you know what's allowed in the county and all, and you can't go too
Yeah.
crazy because you'll be the
Yeah, I
most
would
wanted
say if you
person in
put
the
like
area.
100 out, in like a couple days, that'd be a little crazy, but 100 a month isn't a bad number. It's
Okay.
just it's not I don't it's if I'm in an area and I'm keeping like a stack in the back of my truck and I'm somewhere and I'm already stopped, I'm like, it's worth it. But for me to go out and stick like 20 in one day and spend 3, 4 hours doing it just doesn't really feel worth it. And it's like eventually one day, if I'm doing $1 million in this business, am I still going to be doing that personally? I wish
Yeah.
there was some sort of system to set it up to where you could track somehow, like see a short clip of someone sticking a sign and walking back to the truck. But that would
Yeah.
just be way too much footage and pictures to deal with. That is one thing I've just been brainstorming is like how to find out if people are like if you paid someone to do say 100 door hangers one day and 20 yard signs, how do you know they're actually doing it? Because so many people you probably know could take the $120 you gave them to
Throw
do
them in
that
the
for a
friggin'
day,
garbage
yeah, and
pail.
throw them in the fucking
Well,
garbage.
I guess I knew my guys did them too well because the cops were
Yeah,
calling.
I mean that's a good thing. Maybe next time just give them a stack of 20 and then charge them $40. But yeah,
That's it, man. That's it. So yeah, that I definitely see that yard signs could definitely because even from that I did get a few phone calls. I did get a couple people like
mhm.
pranking and messing around with me in the area and all.